garage. So today we're going to work on my dad's 2004 Polaris, and we gotta fix a couple control arms, or one control arm. We're gonna place some bushings and do a couple things like that. Let me show you here what we're gonna do. My dad's 2004 Polaris. So what we're gonna do, the very first thing, you can see right here that this is bent. It's supposed to look like that. So we got all the new bushings and parts and everything for this. So we gotta pull these out. As you can see here, you know, the bushings are gone in it. So we're gonna replace the bushings. There's some brass washers that also go in here. I'll show you those later. And so we're gonna pull these off, check the ball joints, check everything else. We're gonna fix this. Also, you know, this is kind of bent up, so we're gonna work on fixing the front and everything like that. And yeah, this should be fun. First, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the wheels off here, so we can start checking everything, and let's get it jacked up, check the front end, and see how everything's going here. Alright, so let's check. Alright, front wheel bearings feel a little loose. Yeah, we definitely might have to replace those too. Feel that. Let's check the other side. Yeah, we'll have to look at that. Alright, so let's start and let's pull these wheels off and see what we get. So these are 14mm lug nuts. Just gonna pull these off. Keep all this together. I tell you what, a lot of people don't love Craftsman, but I love this impact here. This thing's awesome. Hit that. There we go. So we need some new front brake pads. Bam! Look at those bushings, baby. Look at this. This is what I was talking about. We got to replace. See how all this is moving? It's got these plastic bushings that go in here with this a huge metal washer that goes in there and takes up all that slack. Alright guys, so this is what we're going to do now. So now I got to pull this ball joint nut off here. Got to pull this nut out. There's a nut back here. And then we should be able to just pull this, and this whole A-arm right here is going to drop out. I got to fix this A-arm here, see if I can straighten this back out. Weld this back up. The weld looks like it's kind of cracked here. We're going to weld this back up, and then we should be good to go. So we got to get this quarter pin out here. And get this out. Straighten this out here. Once it comes out, I got new quarter pins, so I'll just replace this one. Once we can get this thing out. Here we go. Throw that away. Now it's a 14mm. Hopefully the ball joint doesn't want to turn on me. There you go. Awesome. Came off. Alright, so that's off. Let's see how much, that's going to be a pain to get off. So now, get my extension. We got to take this bolt here off. Take this bolt, there's another bolt in the bottom, and this whole A-arm's going to want to come out. So, 14mm again. Yep, and look, Loctite. That means we gotta use Loctite when we put it back together. Forget wanted to turn here, so I'm gonna try putting these vice grips on this and see what happens. And there we go. It's out. Keep your washers and nuts and everything together. Pour our vice grips off, and there we go. Check that out. Our rod, our bush, and everything rides on. Keep that. We'll clean all this out and grease it. Let's see how this ball joint wants to come out. There it is. So, we got it. So Alright, cool. So while we're letting the other A-arm dry, I just got finished painting it, and I'll show you the finished project here in a minute. What we're going to go ahead and do, I'm going to go ahead and pull this apart. So I'm going to go ahead and get this A-arm out, because we don't have to do any welding or modifications on this one. So I'll just pull it out, go ahead and grease up everything, put everything back in. So here we go. Well, since there is no bushing or plastic guide, when you're trying to do this bolt, there's Loctite on here. There's a steel rod that goes all the way through here. You see it's got threads in it. It goes all the way through this, right? And what happens is, since it's got Loctite with this bolt, it's just spinning inside. So I just got to take these vice grips, clamp it really hard right here between the A-arm and the frame. You'll see right here, I just put the vice grips right in this hole right here, and it'll hold this, allow me to take this bolt out. It all comes loose. So what I'll go ahead and do now too is, let me go ahead and take this out. And there you go. So we got your steel rod. So we got this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to blow this out now, clean all this up, grease it, and put it back together. I'm going to go ahead and wire wheel this one like I did the other one. Get some a lot of the surface rust off of it, grease it down, and start putting it together. Alright, so I guess what I'll go ahead and do now, got our steel rods. I'll go ahead and grease up the ball joint and start greasing up these rods and start putting all the pieces. So we got the new parts. Of course, I like the OEM parts. So we got Polaris. These are the spacers that go into here, take up the space on these. So of course we got 4 for each side, or 2 for each side, and then you got your brass washers, and of course this right here is for the steering column, which we'll replace later. So we'll go ahead and try to put this. So I'm just going to grease up these arms here, completely cover them in grease, and put the arm in here, or put the rod in here, and then we take these spacers here. Get those off, put some grease on them, and we'll just slide them in here. Alright, that's good to me. So now what we're going to do, slide it over. Alright. It's going to be really tight. So we can get this one started. We go ahead and put a little Loctite on these. Drop this in the ball joint here, like that. I usually like to tighten these pretty good until you can line up the hole here so we can put our new key in. Let me go get that. All right there. Oh, perfect, man. First time. You have to just bend it around here, bend this one around, bend that one around. All right, we're good to go. Oh man, look at the control arm. So much better. All right, so now hopefully the paint on the other one should be good, and I'll show you that here in a minute, and we'll go ahead and do the other side. and then I'm going to do another video on how to replace the shaft bushings, which are these guys right here, on the steering shaft for the column. So we'll get to that. So alright, moving on to the next side. Alright, so here it is right here, all welded up. Paint's still a little tacky, but it's okay. Welded this. This is the new bar. Can't even really tell it's been replaced. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the new bushings here. Bring my bolt kit over here. And we're gonna do the same thing to this side and get this thing. Alright, so awesome. So we got the A-arms back together here. So we got them back together, bolted in, got this tightened up, ball joints all greased up, new bushings, new parts. We went ahead and ordered the new brakes here, so they will be in. I'll show you the video on how to replace those. But we had to order them. The local dealer didn't have them in stock, so we got to replace the front brakes here. We're going to replace the rear brakes as well. Also got to replace the front the valve cover, which that will be in sometime next week as well. So I'll have a video on that. So I'm going to do with this video, everything's good to go. I'm going to bolt the tires back together. And we'll go ahead and start working on the top. So I'm going to do another video here for you guys on how to replace the steering column bushing. So awesome. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. You guys have a good day.